this other guy, so many of them are actually coming out and saying, we're going to kill him. Military, where's our military? Where is our military? Our military needs to protect us from these crazy, fucking, insane Democrats who are, the children wouldn't even act like this. Teenagers wouldn't act like this. Gang members wouldn't even act like this. This is sisters. These motherfuckers supposed to be running our country and they're talking this crazy shit about killing somebody? What kind of hell is that? Hell! What in the hell is our world going to be if these Democrats continue to remain in power? What, we just have a killing spree? They feel that they can go out and just start killing people because they want to? Because they don't like them? Hey, Maxine Waters, bitch, you need to shut up and sit down. Or have a conversation with me. I don't mind meeting you, Maxine Waters. I'm not gonna put a bullet in your head. I wouldn't have to. You look like somebody already put a damn bullet in your head, bitch. Listen, you need some sense put in your damn head. Talking about you gonna kill, you gonna do with your little scrawny black wrinkled ass. You gonna put up some, woo! Hey, this has got me going, you guys. This has got me going. This is being allowed. That's why I'm so pissed off. But I am innocent. I would not kill anybody. And I certainly wouldn't be stupid enough to broadcast it all over the world that I'm going to kill somebody. But these people, they feel like they're untouchable. They're untouchable. They can threaten to kill people. We need to get the military out, except the Democrats are in charge of the military now because the president is in charge of the military. So these people are dangerous. They're dangerous. They're threatening to kill people. So there should be no doubt in anybody's mind now who started the riots at the White House. Just look at them. Just as soon as you watch this video, say, damn, these people are dangerous. They need to be put. Hey, if you make a threat to kill somebody, you are supposed to be put up. You're supposed to be locked up. Now this is public. Right now, I'm making a complaint against Maxine Waters and everybody else on this video that I'm leaving for you who threatened to kill President Trump. I'm filing a claim against these motherfuckers because they are threatening to kill people. If they'll kill Trump, who else might they kill and not get in trouble for it? That's pretty bold. That's pretty bold to get up on the internet and tell everybody, I'm gonna put a bullet in him. Maxine Waters, I think that bitch said she's gonna put 2, 3, 4 bullets in him. Bitch, you need to be put in underground right now. You need to be put underground so nobody can see your dastardly face anymore. You need to be put away. Nancy Pelosi, and look how Nancy Pelosi looks in this video that I'm going to show you. You can tell, look at her skin. She is cloned out. No human being looks like Nancy Pelosi. Look at her skin. Look how glassy it is, like a puppet. She's got a puppet face, puppet skin. And Nancy Pelosi, she looks like she just crawled out of a goddamn gutter. I can't even describe how that bitch looks. So yeah, I'm cursing. Yeah, I'm saying this. Hey, you're gonna arrest me? You're gonna arrest me for calling Maxine Waters a wrinkled black ass bitch? Now, if she can get up and say she's gonna kill somebody, I should be okay. Cause I would never think of killing anybody. Never. But these crazy motherfuckers have gone wild. We need to be protected from the Democrats. Like I said, I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. I don't vote because presidents are elected, not selected. So all this shit is just something to get some shit going. Because they were selected before the election ever started. And so listen, they were selected, not elected. So let me calm down. This world we're living in, this world we are living in right now has been taken over by demonic fuckers. Demonic entities. Human beings should not be allowed to get on the internet and announce to the world, I'm going to put 2 or 3 or 4 bullets in Trump. How is that legal?
Party to stop these insane lies that have taken root in their party. Witness the support this week by the House Republicans for bigot and conspiracy theorist Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Congresswoman from Georgia. If there's no effort at accountability, this is not going to be the end of MAGA terrorism. This will only be the beginning.
So we have to stop demonizing people and realize the biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized up to the right. And we have to start doing something about them. There is no travel ban on them. There is no ban on, they have a Muslim ban. There is no white guy ban. So what do we do about that?
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honor and our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue with their allies in the Congress of the United States. But again, let's just get out there and mobilize, organize, and not let the president deter anybody from voting. And again, support the postal system, which is election central. They're doing everything they can. Suppress the vote with your actions, scare people, intimidate by saying law enforcement will be there, diminish the role of the postal system in all of this. It's really actually shameful. Enemies of the state.
So this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. We ain't playing with you. Enough of the shenanigans. Enough is enough. And for those of you who are soldiers, you know how to do it. Do it right. Be in order. Make them pay.
Michelle always says that, when they go low, we go high. No. When they go low, we kick them. That's what this new Democratic Party is about.
Please don't just come here today and then go home. Go to the Hill today. Get up and please get up in the face of some Congress people.
And I don't think, even in states where Donald Trump won big, that it does you any good running away from Donald Trump. I think you need to go back and punch him in the face. I mean, the truth is this guy is bad for this country.
The donor class can't just sit back on the sidelines and say, oh, well, don't worry, this will all work itself out. They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
I'd like that you all are part of it. When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I am outraged. Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Already, you have members of your cabinet that have been booed out of restaurants, who have protesters taking up at their house, who saying no peace, no sleep. No peace, no sleep. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
This is as much about public outcry and organizing and mobilizing and applying pressure so that this GOP-led Senate and that these governors that continue to carry water for this administration, putting the American peoples in harm's way, turning a deaf ear to the needs of our families and our communities, hold them accountable.
Well,
make the phone call, send the email, show up. There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives. And unfortunately, there's plenty to go around.
A guy, a president, who clearly is owned by Putin. We have an investigation going. Okay, that's good news. We basically have a press release that's been put out, that's been twisted and mangled, that now will give this president permission to fire Rosenstein, who will now take over this investigation. Our democracy is under siege. People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator. This is not something normalized anymore.
Yeah.
This is not some, a good day for Trump.
Yeah.
This is frightening stuff.
Clear that I know that there are protests still happening in major cities across the United States. I'm just not seeing the reporting on it that I had
that's right.
for the first few weeks.
That's right. But they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. And they're not. This is a movement. I'm telling you, they're not going to stop. And everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not gonna let up, and they should not, and we should not.
What's the danger if Donald Trump wakes up angry, washes Fox in front and fires Bob Mueller?
Well, I hope he doesn't do that.
What if he wakes up angry and washes Fox in front
set off Firestorm. I think there'd be, not only the hill, but in the streets. I really think that would be a bad thing to happen.
Look, if the president does go ahead and fire Robert Mueller, we would have people take to the streets. I believe there would be widespread civil unrest because Americans understand that the rule of law is paramount.
You think there would be civil unrest? Widespread civil unrest?
I do. I think you're going to have protests and marches and rallies and sit-ins. I believe Americans would not stand for the firing of Robert Mueller.
Many see the protests as the problem. No, the problem is what forced your fellow citizens to take to the streets. Persistent and poisonous inequities and injustice. And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
And he's taking these shots, this antagonism, this taunting to the intelligence community.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday of getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were
I don't know, but from what I am told, they are very upset with how he has treated them and talked about them.
In light of the impeachment proceedings now commencing against Donald Trump, I wanted to remind you guys of the stark hypocrisy of the Democratic Party. For years, as you just saw, they have been calling for unrest in the streets. They have been calling to label GOP supporters and Trump supporters as literal domestic terrorists and enemies of the state. And they have done this non-stop. They have called for Trump campaign members to be kept out of restaurants and for the literal assassination of the President of the United States. And now they want to impeach President Trump for so-called claims of violence, regardless of the fact that the Capitol riot was pre-planned and really had nothing to do with President Trump. I don't know about you, but something is absolutely happening, and it has been going on for quite a number of years and under the radar during this impeachment trial. While they want you to believe that Trump is a racist, xenophobic, violent person, they themselves have been calling for unrest in the streets. And you don't even have to take my word for it. I think the video clips have spoken for themselves. But today is a good day to remind everyone the real views of many in the Democratic Party. You see, right now, so many things are happening. And let me remind you of a little piece of legislation that they just put through. And I think this is a great reminder. And it's called H.R. 350, Domestic Terrorist Prevention Act. And the summarization of this act is best portrayed by Tulsi Gabbard, a Democrat, by the way. And here's this article. Tulsi Gabbard, and this is on thenationalreview.com. Domestic terrorist bill is the targeting of almost half of the country. And who's the half of the country that she's referring to? Well, those who voted for President Trump. And this is coming again from a Democrat. House Resolution 350, Domestic Terrorist Prevention Act, has not yet passed, but it is absolutely introduced, and congressional leaders are taking a very serious look at this bill, and they're using the Capitol riot as their springboard to do so. But it only targets one political side. You see, there is a new normal coming, but a new normal is a war on quote-unquote domestic terrorists. And I think this article in Zero Hedge sums it up very well. And he says this in a sarcastic kind of way. If you enjoyed the global war on terrorism, you're going to love the new war on domestic terrorists. It's just like the original global war on terrorists, except this time the terrorists are all domestic violent extremists, or homegrown violent extremists, or violent conspiracy theorist extremists, or violent reality denial extremists, or insurrectionary microaggression extremists, or people who make liberals feel uncomfortable. And anyone else the DHS wants to label an extremist and slap a ridiculous acronym on. This stuff is very important in light of what's happening today to the President of the United States. Not one act, nobody in Congress, not Nancy Pelosi, not Anaya Presley, not Maxine Waters, who have constantly called for uprisings of sorts in our streets, none of them have yet to go on trial. Why is that? It seems we have a one-sided political party. Anyhow, I thought today was a good day to remind you of that. And with that, please don't forget to check out my partner at noblegoldinvestments.com. If you guys have not converted your 401k or gotten a Roth IRA, they can handle